Let's go ahead and simplify this compounded fraction. So you see that you have a fraction here over another fraction. If you want, you can write h as a fraction by simply writing it as over 1. So you have fraction over fraction. So we want to use this rule that we know. If we have a fraction, let's say over b divided by c over d, we want to use the rule, keep the first fraction, change the division to multiplication, and reciprocate the bottom fraction. And then you can multiply them. So that's the rule we want to use here. But first we use this rule, we need to combine these into a single fraction. So let's figure out their LCD to combine them. So the LCD, I'm going to need this denominator. So I need a factor of a plus h. I also need this denominator, a. So that is our LCD to combine the top. Now we give each fraction what they're missing. So let's go ahead and write this as a parentheses. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply the first fraction by what it's missing, which is a over a. The second fraction is missing a plus h, so I'm going to go ahead and multiply this with a plus h over a plus h. And now the denominators are the same, so I can join them into a single fraction. So we have a times a plus h for the denominator of the top, all over h over 1. Now let's figure out the top. So we have a times 1, that's a, and then here we have negative 1 times a plus h. Let's write it like this, negative 1 times a plus h, so we don't forget to distribute the negative 1. Now here, let's distribute that negative 1. That gives us a minus h, all over the same denominator, a times a plus h, everything over h over 1. And now here I can freely cancel these out. So we have negative h on top over a times a plus h all over h over 1. And now we can use this rule above. Keep, change, and flip. So I keep negative h over a times a plus h. I change the division to multiplication, reciprocate that. So it's 1 over h. And now you're not done. You're almost there. Here I also see that I have h and h common from top to bottom, so I can cancel them. So I'm left with the negative 1 on top, and on the bottom I just have a times a plus h. And now we're done. This is our simplified answer. I hope this makes sense.